Welcome to another episode of Like Talk About It, where we bring the best to you underground and on the main line. You dig? Tonight, no different. Nothing but sauce, you feel me? Got a story going from hardship to penmanship. You know what I'm saying? Solid. When it come down to the music, solid bangers. As a recent name ringing bells all around the game. Well, I'm speaking on Jacksonville's own DaConstance.
What's going on? How you doing?
Man, great.
Appreciate you having me over here today.
Man, for sure, man. Dig that, man. So how everything's been going on, bro?
Man, we doing good, man. We on some big things. We making moves now, you know. Yeah, I'm glad to be where I'm at. How you saying? From hardship to penmanship. That's real talk. It's been a journey where we at now. We just starting to break through some doors. That's where we at now, trying to get it going. Yeah, but you know, I don't be too worried about the daily harvest. You know, I'm more worried about the daily seeds I'm planting.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? The people I'm getting in touch with and all that good stuff. That's where I'm at right now.
But let's go and get the audience to get more to know you so far as your beginnings. Tell them when your beginning when it come to want to be a part of the fast we call rap. When did that start?
Man, as long as I can remember, I used to sit in the room when I was probably about 7, 6, 5. As long as I can remember, I sit around and I'd be in the room just writing, rapping, freestyling, just in the room to myself for hours. But you know, it take me to like why I make music today. You know, I make it because I enjoy it. You know, I love the fact that I can put something out there, you know what I'm saying, and express it. Because that's why I love music so much, because that's what I saw it as, was straight expression. So I just pray, you know, for my family's sake, that I put something out there and somebody else going through the same thing, and they like it, you know what I'm saying? And that's really what I'm doing when I'm making the music now. So yeah, as far as influences, you know, I got the same. DMX, my dad was naughty by nature.
Wow.
DMX, I have a lot of, you know, my mom on her side, Lauryn Hill, Mary J.
Word.
Yeah, those was the big ones for me when I was growing up. 90s baby.
Explain what the climate, with you being not only from Florida, but being from Jacksonville, explain what the climate was like so far as musically than when you was young. I mean, who were some of the cats you were looking up to, and what was the culture like out there? Heavy in rap?
Our culture in Duval, we was running on like, we juke down there. It's a type of music, you know, we were more, Jacksonville itself wasn't really for the music. We have a few people out there. We got like Young Cash,
Well,
you know,
salute.
Young and Ace, you know what I'm saying? They done came up, he more new, but as far as when I was coming up, we had, you know, Florida music. We had T-Pain, you know, he was one of the biggest Florida personalities we had, and he's another big inspiration for me, you know what I'm saying? This type of music. I realized, you know, he did what he had to do coming out. He made, you know, the music that he felt that he wanted to put out, even though during that time, you know, everybody wasn't even on that auto-tune and stuff like that. And he started the whole wave and stuck with it, regardless of what people was telling him. So that was dope. You know. But yeah, as far as Florida, that's the environment there. Yeah, it wasn't really based in music. It was more based in just street life. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, there wasn't nobody making music about it. We just was living it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, so far as developing an identity, just as well as, you know, what you're going to stand on, you know, so far as the rap game. Tell me what helped you develop that, and when you rap, what you know,
All right. Well, you know, the type of music that I want to put out is also the type that I like. You know, I like music that can empower you. It talks about real things, but at the same time, it empowers you to do something different. You know, kindness, when people speak with a certain type of love in their music, a certain type of realness in their music, you know, a deaf person can hear it, a blind person can see it. You know what I'm saying? It's undeniable. True love, true kindness, those things can't be denied. And when you put that kind of stuff in your music, and that's what I be trying to do. You know, I talk about a lot of things, but it's from the basis. The main thing I'm talking about is just, it's pain. Some basis of pain to a place to where, that's all there is. We got something more that we can do for it. That's a big thing.
Speak more on your beginning, though, so far as the trials and tribulations you have to deal with just to even get to this.
Oh, yeah, so out there in Florida, Jacksonville, Duval County, shout out. It was so I grew up like most of us out there. I was selling, I was out there willing and dealing, basically just doing my thing. So I was chasing money. I was chasing the rapper lifestyle, but no music. See, I always loved music. And all my people used to tell me I should do music, but I was too busy chasing the dollar. So, you know what I'm saying? I was real out there. So if anybody, if you know me, which anybody who does know me, I was not bullshitting out there. I was really just like how, anything with life. I was putting my best foot forward. I was always, I treated that like any other enterprise, any other business. So, yeah, so I really...
This became the new hustle.
That became, now we on the new hustle. And so that's why it's going to get a certain level of drive from me. And I know it's done, It's just, you already know how it goes. Life. And try to take you away from where you need to be. But I know this was what I was supposed to be doing from the get-go. And all that other shit was really in the way. Because it was giving me false impressions. Like, the shit I was getting from selling drugs and making all that money, I was living rapper lifestyle. And my friends used to joke about it all the time. Like, we making the money somebody who work on people's brains make every day. So it was like, why do we need to rap? Why we need to do anything other than this? But that was a setup. Because we all know, time and history repeats itself. It's only one way. It's gonna go. That's jail or dead. That's it. And I saw that firsthand multiple times. I done played with my life too many times to be comfortable with. For sure.
Well, let me ask you this. When a person has been through so many ups and downs, the good and the bad, it also live the life, tell me what the transition was like. Because a lot of times it's hard for people to transition from the streets to the music. The money may come a little slower, may come, a little smaller. How easy was it for you to adjust and have an understanding that, hey, this is for me, regardless of what I see right now, I'm pursuing?
It was a big adjustment. It was a lot because I was leaving everything that I knew. But the main thing was the people around me. I had to do things like, you have to cut people off. Not even necessarily cut them off, but you just kind of disappear. Because, when you're building in private, your enemies don't know what to attack.
Right.
So it's like, I knew that was the way to move forward, was to just kind of take myself away from the dynamic of what was going on around me and just move in silence per se. So I got me and my kids, we moved out, left Florida, moved up here to Houston, Atlanta, Vegas, and we done went both. I done been to Atlanta, I ain't been to Vegas just yet. Not planting no seeds, but we on our way. I came out here with the basis to just try to, to move in silence, to make sure I'm building, but I didn't want no distractions. So the transitional period was it was a lot of tough in between, because leaving the only thing you ever knew, because that's how I sustained my family, because I started having children. I've always taken care of myself since I was 14 years old. So, that was tough to get away from. But at one point, I got a wake-up call. I had myself, I called myself a case, big case. I was looking at 3 life sentences.
Wow.
Selling drugs, And what I'm saying, that shit is cool and all, like people talk about, but it ain't. Because at the end of the day, when them partners was talking to me, they was telling me that, I was this criminal, this terrible man. But in reality, all I was doing was feeding my family. I wasn't doing nothing else but just trying to take care of and give my family something more than what I had had. I wasn't hurting nobody. I wasn't out there acting crazy in the streets. I wasn't one of them type niggas. I was just getting money. But I was getting enough money that I got the attention of the wrong people. And that ain't in the cards for us. So it's just a setup. So I learned that firsthand, and I just had to cut my losses on that, and move and just push for us. But it gave me something. It gave me something. It gave me a level of confidence and drive. Because if any drug dealer know, if you can turn a dime bag to a QP, you can do anything. Straight up, like you can do anything.
Now you make this transition, then you turn all the way over and you're taking this penmanship to where because all your bars are based on a true story. So tell me the process that you go through when you develop these cook-ups, when it comes to putting these songs together, even before recording. What is the process like? I mean, do you call the producers, get the beats, get in the car, and take a ride and listen to the tracks, and freestyle? Or do you freestyle right directly? Do you take it home and study it? Or what's your process?
All right. Usually when I take a song, if I feel like this is going to be a song for me, it comes to me within the first 30 seconds of hearing the beat. When that beat drops, I already can tell my mind's already working on what the words or what the bridge gonna be, and you know what I'm saying. From then I execute, but it's like I don't call no producers. I'll put on my beat, I'll get in my thoughts, and I'll think about what's important to me right now. That's why things vary so much, because I'm in and out of arguments with DM and dealing with this situation. I'm down on my luck this day. Some days I'm up. Some days I'm feeling good. And I use that in those moments to write the music. And I only ever want to touch a place. I only want to speak about things. When I'm writing, I only want people to hear me and say, I've been through that. I'm glad he said that, because a lot of people don't want to say that because people don't want to admit them kind of things to themselves. Or to society. You know what I'm saying? We glorify street life. And like I said, I lived it to its fullest. And I'm not going to take it back, but I know it is nothing but a setup. And everybody who talks about how it has light and glimmer, it does have glamour to it. You know what I'm saying? It does. We all have seen since the drug dealing eras, big fur coats, pimp looking dudes, big Cadillacs. I grew up seeing that. As a young dude, looking back to people in the 70s, 80s, things like that, and it's still a trap for us. So yeah, that's good. But process, back to the question. The process on itself is just I get my beat, I think about how I'm feeling right now and what somebody else might how they might be feeling too. Because I do make music for myself, but I also make music that I know can be understood for the times we're living in. That's what I try to do. Because I want to reach, because that's what resonates for me, and I want to resonate with others too. So that's the goal, of course.
What has your experience been like, being a new artist, getting with a new team, and just, adjusting to everything? And also, who is your, should I say, do you lean to someone or others on advice to the music, then to make the best music you can? Is that accepted with you? What I'm asking now is trying to find exactly what type of artist are you, or the one that's a chemist on its own? Do you take outside opinions? How do you go about characterizing or putting together material? Meaning, like, let's say you may drop something and then you may have a person say that's a little too loud. Why don't you try this? Why are you accepting to it? it has, like I said, it has the experience being able to do new things throughout it.
So as far as working with people, you know, and taking influence, it's a little bit of both, because, you know, most of us as artists, we're gonna feel like that we kind of know, or we might feel like we putting the single out, oh, this gonna be the one, this is the one, you know, or a lot of people gonna fuck with this, but, you know what I'm saying, but then they might not, and then they might fuck with something else you doing though. But so we might think we the ones who's smart, but at the same time it's like, who really smart? Because our audience are the ones that really, you know what I'm saying, determined. So I can take what I want to say and kind of package it in a way that people want to receive. And that's a part of making music, you know what I'm saying, for the time. Because I could, you know, like I said, I make music for myself and I pray that others like it. But it's always in the back of my mind, you know what I'm saying, that I'm not out here by myself, you know? And everybody, we all sharing this story together. You know, we done lost that. It seemed like that people just is all out here thinking that, you know, we got this impression. We do, because that's what we've been shown, is that we come in this world by ourselves, we leave this world by ourselves. But it's the connections, you know what I'm saying, that we make along the way. That, and the connections that you can only, and the moments you can only really share with anyone else. Because just, you can have all the moments you want, but if you ain't sharing them with the right people, they're not gonna stick. I done some very nice things by myself, but I promise you, the things that I've done, you know, the moments I've had with my children, and then watching them light up, and watching the people around me light up about the things I'm doing, those are real ones. Them the real moments that have stuck with me over the years. So I make music for myself, and in the real process, I take the information I'm being given, and that helps me to try to make the best music I can.
Now, rap, you know, about rap being such a lucrative business, you know, and so much money being made, you know, for a lot of people, it's hard to be original in being who they are as they can. And some may tend to go for what they are. The labels may kind of push it back to do something different. Tell me, what is it that's key that keeps you focused on being
with everything that's going on with well, yeah, it's what keep me grounded is the dream. What keep me grounded is the dream. What keep me also grounded is the children. So, you know, it's just me and them. It's just me and them. It's been me and them since they was in diapers. So, you know,
yeah, but man, you can make this paper right now if you just be a little different and a little not yourself. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's how a lot of artists kind of get caught up in that dark tunnel hole. You dig what I'm saying? And they'll lose themselves. You dig what I'm saying? But the money is there. So it's really no charge.
I'm gonna be real. I said in one of my songs, you know, it's a song I wrote called I Wanna Know. And I say that you know what I'm saying, I'll pay the price, or what we call, you know what I'm saying, the price, or what we call the cost to be the boss. You know what I'm saying? But if they give me $100 million, you know, I sell my soul tonight. That's what I say in the song, because that's the cost to be the boss. And that's what it seems to, you know, that's what it's translated to over time. I hate the idea of that, but I got it. That's another thing I was talking about earlier. Like, people can talk about how they won't do this and won't do that, but we always hear about artists and how they took their deal too early. They did this and did that, and they regret it. But they always, literally, everybody do the same thing, because that's real people. That's what we do. Like, somebody come to me right now with everything I'm going through, and and they tell me, we want all your music, we want to own your likeness from, from here to the universe. We're gonna give you $100 million right now for the rest of your life. Based on my situation right now, am I really gonna sit here and say I don't want that money? I ain't gonna take that money. I don't even know what they're asking me for, but I know that right now, based on what the fuck been going on and the track in my life, $100 million was never gonna happen. So it's like, I know some people don't say that they don't value money like that, but that's because some people ain't always being real with themselves. Everybody, if you ain't living on the street asking for money at the light, you give a fuck about money. You know what I'm saying? Because they show you they don't give a fuck about money. They will sit there and live under a tent because they don't give a fuck about money. They care about something way more. We need that. We want that money. You know, they say the root of all evil is money. I think it's being broke. The craziest shit I've ever thought to do was when I ain't had no goddamn money. Because I'd rather be house, straight evil shit. If that was what was gonna get me straight. When I got money, I'm good. So what the evil at?
Now looking at the game, going from, people catching RICO charges to even untimely deaths. Tell me the lessons that you've seen in new artists and knowing how to approach this guy. Because it's always going to be obstacles and climbing, especially when people are competing and trying to be the best. How have you prepared yourself for that time that, hey man, I may walk in, I may get just by everybody. And I have to be, understanding to where I can take care of my business by the same time. Because it's dangerous.
I understand that. First thing I had to understand, even when making the music, putting the music out, the first thing I understand is everybody ain't gonna be happy. And I can't make everybody happy either. Because that's the big thing with me, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get everybody around me to be happy. You know what I'm saying? That's my goal. You can't do it forever. And I had to realize that. So as far as my learning from I don't think you can be too real. I just think you can be real dumb. Like,
because when you think about it, back in our time, at my time, we always spoke listen to the buddy. But now I see that most artists now, that's how they drop it. That's how they
keeping it real till it goes wrong. The definition of real has changed.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Real ain't no nigga who gonna stand down on the ops and always you gonna spin the block. That ain't being real no more. Being real is taking care of your responsibilities, your family, your children, cleaning up the mistakes you done made in your life, and continuing to educate yourself. No matter, what you're going through. Being real has really changed. My definition on being real has changed. I used to say, niggas say something to me that I ain't like, I'd be like, oh no, that fucking got me fucked up. Nigga, I'm gonna keep it real. No, I'm a real nigga. I got a C-Bot, bro. You know what I'm saying? That ain't keeping it real. That's keeping it real dumb. Keeping it real is understanding that you got some shit you need to take care of.
Absolutely.
And bro ain't worth none of that. You know what I'm saying? And even if you think he is, you know what I'm saying? He just, you can never weigh that. You can never weigh that on a written scale and say your life versus that man's life just because of what the fuck he said to you. Because both of them gonna go. You might get away with it, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, niggas going to jail. You killing me? Eating situation. What you got now? Bars. Not even bars now. Big metal doors.
Now, what is the focus now that you dropped maybe about 3 or 4 singles? A lot of people is riding a big wave right now with people when they feel in the music. Tell me what that experience is like, and tell me what is on the way, what you're working on right now.
Man, it's been wonderful. I ain't gonna lie, like I said, I just prayed to God that people was gonna want to hear what I had to say, that somebody was gonna feel the music the way that I felt when I was making it. Because I promise you, when I was making it, I was right there, like all emotions all the way there.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I listen to my own music and get, you know what I'm saying, emotional sometimes. So, because that's what I did it for, to let it out. You know what I'm saying? I got it out. That's everything that we do in life. We gotta continue to express ourselves, because and once that stops, you know what I'm saying, you dead. If you ain't learning, you ain't moving forward, you just dying at that point. I can still say right now I'm living. There was a point in my life where I was just dying. You know what I'm saying? Every day I wake up, I'm just, you know what I'm saying, I go to work, I'm taking care of certain little things, but I'm not inspiring. I'm no longer living. I'm just here. You know what I'm saying? Like, life is a beautiful mess. If life could be predicted, it wouldn't be life anymore. If I could just have all the answers and things to work out, it wouldn't be life anymore. Life is the struggle. Life is the mess that we know it as. The lessons we keep learning. And that's what makes it. And then it's over all of a sudden. But during that time, you know what I'm saying, I want to make sure that, you know, when my life flashed before my eyes, I want to make sure it was worth watching. So that's what I'm really trying to do right now.
Would you say that the music that you're creating and putting together would be more like a therapy session for you?
I might even name that the album.
Absolutely. And I can also tell that you got the love for the music. You know what I'm saying? And it's way deeper than we can speak about.
Oh, yeah.
You did. Speak on some of the singles that you're doing now. You know, I heard of you, about the same way they didn't get a copy of it, but I also want to speak on some of the developments of some of the songs that you've done.
Okay, so yeah, I'm working on a lot of music right now. The singles I got out, you know, Tempted, I got the song Tempted out, I just released not too long ago. It's the newest one, and it just speaks about a place of, from a place of love, but it's also a place of, you know what I'm saying, understanding that we in modern time, and love ain't what it used to be. Usually it's nowadays it's fleeting. So I just enjoy the moments that I have with that person, and because it's everything's so on the surface now, you know what I'm saying, but we all it's sad, but it's accepted, you know, and we ain't out here making marriages anymore. See, it's not that I don't want that as a big reality, but as long as, you know what I'm saying, we got the hot girl mentality out here right now, and I ain't gonna speak, you know, too much on that as far as, but it's just being real, you know.
Now, would you get a certain attention, like I said, you know, for people in catching wave, you know, I'm pretty sure back where you from, you probably catching a big wave right there also. What is the pressure like coming from Jacksonville and having stars like T-Pain and others that got big numbers, became big stars, for you to be a new artist coming out?
Well, for Jacksonville itself, Duval County has never seen a real R&B artist come out. Or somebody who just, you know what I'm saying, who ain't making a certain element of music that promotes that city lifestyle, which is violent. You know what I'm saying? Which is, you know what I'm saying, we all there, we done been there, but it's like, we tired of hearing that kind of shit. I'm tired of hearing that kind of shit these days. There is a big group of people I feel like that's out there who are tired of hearing shit about murder, kill.
Man, when you seeing all that money being passed around, man, you can't just tell you just directly just thinking like that at all times. I know you want a piece of it.
And would I make a song like that for it?
Like that. You love the music that much where you're gonna stay in that same lane and be who you are regardless of money.
That's a tough one, because I see that, you know, yes, the music industry is set in a certain way where us of certain, you know, definition, certain color, certain thing, they expect a certain type of music, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to hear certain people, you know what I'm saying, making Sam Smith and Adele style songs. They want to hear us talking about sex and cheating each other. And that's, you know what I'm saying, I understand that. I do. So that's why I try to keep a certain tempo, But if you can listen to what I'm saying, you can notice the difference. Because the Hold On, like my song Hold On, it's an upbeat song, and you can hear it, possibly played in a club environment, which I'm sure it will be, but it's like the wording of the song. If you can take a moment and actually listen to what I'm saying, which some people won't, not until they hear it 4th time, 5th time, 6th time, they might say, "Oh, okay, he really talking about something. This is catchy right now. It sounds like what they used to hearing, but I really am gonna just try to stay with it. I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm really, if that's the case, I'll write somebody's song. For me personally, I'm gonna definitely keep it. I'm gonna try to keep it out of a place of realness, out of a place of not, because they being real too. When they talk about, all that gangster shit, they being real. They're not being fake about it, but. Because like I said, people live just like that. But it's like, what am I trying to promote? It might not be mainstream, but you know what I'm saying? I feel like most of us, it is at the same time. Because most of us, people are inherently good. I don't think everybody is, we have these projections of how we should be. And yes, we listen to the music, so we all know we want to ride clean, and we know all these different, we want to look nice, we want to look flashy, we want to act like our stars, but inherently, we all know. You know what I'm saying? That's why when they die, it's always tragic. We never wanted to see that. We love hearing the rapping, we love hearing about it, but when they actually get killed and murdered, now we are all like, damn, that shouldn't happen. Oh, he was a star, that should have never been that way. But we painting the picture. You know what I'm saying? And
so you rather feed the mind than the body.
Yeah, that might leave me without a penny. But
oh man, never win your spirit. Never win.
That's right.
Never win your spirit.
That's right. Because at the end of the day, like I said, it's more people out there who inherently feel like they are good people out there. So I feel like we definitely are speaking to the certain demographic with my music, but it's universal at the same time, regardless of color, creed, race. We all in the same place. We all here together. So talk about something that everybody can feel, even though that's just the type of artist I want to be. You know what I'm saying? I want to make art. I want to make music. Try to make music for everybody.
Absolutely. Well, before we go into a small chronic break, I want to ask one more question. And that's speaking on the relationship that you and Payne. You guys meeting, you making a decision to come together because Payne being also a creator and curator of architecture, legend out there.
Yeah. So, man, meeting Payne is like, it's the moments in life that you have, and you're like, you think back and you ask yourself, like, how did you set yourself up to be in this position? And you don't have no answer for that, and it's just, you can't say nothing else but it's God. You know what I'm saying? You're like, okay, that was a real God moment right there. So it's when that started happening, I started noticing that. I started feeling that it was for me to do this. You know what I'm saying? And that came through meeting through Payne and getting that first groundwork laid. And ever since then, it's just been a continuous push up. Us as making different content. They got the Payne movement out here. They have us out here in Port Arthur and in the Houston area in general is just like my music, people based. It's based in the kindness, and it's based in people. It's based in, just showing real love, being real, like real people, not being out here just, not a real nigga in the streets, just being real. You know what I'm saying? And you can see it emulates you from everybody. But when I met my people over at Payne, I definitely felt the energy. So we just going up from there, because it's, like I said, it's all love. We in this together. You know what I'm saying? And those are the kind of people you need. Because if you don't got them kind of people, you ain't got nobody around you who is gonna push you up into the dream, you know what I'm saying, like-minded, dream-minded like you, even if it might look different, they might have a different, you know, perspective on their vision, you know what I'm saying, but when the visions are both, when both of us are looking to the same goal, regardless of, you know what I'm saying, each other's vision, we're still on the same path, and we finding our way together, because you have to do this together. People say, you know what I'm saying, they out here on their own, but it ain't really like that. You know what I'm saying? You always got somebody. You gotta have somebody, or you ain't got nothing.
And we got to go into a small quiet break, man. Tap in or hear about it on the back end, like talking about when we bring the best of you in here, about knowing what it is. Yep.
I be feeling all that passion, we fuck 'em when we alone, no. Going back and forth cause we're friends, they think we wrong, no. Paint a perfect picture, they tripping because they want more. Cause when they don't know, they ain't the ones we do it for. I been naming that the move, going place thought we never go. Take us off the map, going places that they would never know. Say they never treat us the same way that they did before. Now they wanna see us going up, but where else could we go? Cause I been on the move, stole my dogs, feel my passion. Young nigga ain't never lacking, I ain't bragging. You just ask, keeping our love on the back end. You know what was happening, that shit way too taxing, and I'm tired of